What's up, you guys? My name's Renee, and welcome to 12th House Tarot. Today we are going to do a pick an item, pick a card reading to see what it is that your ancestors want to say to you today. So we have group 1 over here with the Fool's Gold. Okay. And then we have group 2 with the Amethyst. And then we have group 3 with the Crystal Quartz Cluster. And it's raw too. It's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. So those are the groups, and real quick, I'm going to do something a little different in this video. I have this blue candle, and I thought it would be really cool if you guys had some sort of prayer or intention that you wanted to set, whether it's just a prayer in general for anything, or if you have any like manifestations that you've been trying and you just need to send that out there. I have this candle, so if you want to go ahead and pause the video real quick, set your intention, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this candle lit real quick. So, gonna pray that the intention set on this candle will be heard. Okay. Now, I hope you have your tasty little beverage over here. I got my little Frida cup over here. Hi. I love Frida. She is, I swear, she's like my spirit animal for real, y'all. Oh yeah, I dyed my hair again. I work at Sally's, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta experiment with the products. Anyways, okay, timestamps will be down below. I'm gonna stop talking and I will see y'all in a sec. All right. Well, hello. If you chose group 1, this is going to be your message, okay? So we are going to start off with the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. And then we're going to pull some oracle cards. We're going to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And then we're going to pull from the Halloween Oracle. And then we're going to pull from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I thought that would be appropriate because this is, you know, very vintagey style and our ancestors were from long ago. So I thought that was appropriate. And then finally, we'll pull some affirmations. So at the end, if you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, we will have the affirmations at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and pull. This will be for group 1. Group 1's ancestors. What messages do you have for group 1? Okay. Group 1's ancestral spirit. Group 1's ancestral spirit. What messages do you have for group 1? Oh, wow. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let me scoot these over. Y'all got a lot of cards over here for this one card. Let's see. Okay, let me just tune in real quick to these energies. Okay. So for the first card we have is the Three of Pentacles in the reversal. Okay, so in the upright, this usually talks about working with other people and collaborations, trying to build a foundation. In the reversal, this is almost either, this is like not being able to work with others and working towards a common goal. It's like everybody kind of has their own ideas. And also another message for this is working by yourself rather than working with other people. To clarify that, we have the Death card. So in regards to working with others, something has ended. There's been an ending of some sort. That or there needs to be an ending. Maybe it feels like you're putting your efforts into something that no longer serves you. That it's long overdue is what I'm hearing. Next we have the Ace of Swords right here in the upright. These are the aha epiphanies that we have. Like, it's like I'm getting this bolt of lightning. And then right underneath it to clarify it, we have the Judgment card. So it feels like there's a situation that it could be a work situation, just working with other people in general. It could be at home, but something about working with others, it's not working, and it feels like it's long overdue. For some of you guys, it feels like um, it's some sort of it's like you're the oddball, is what it feels like. It's like the black sheep type. That's what I'm getting. Black sheep type of energy. Okay. So over here we have the Eight of Wands. It feels like your ancestors are trying to get you to pay attention to the red flags of a situation. With the Eight of Wands, this means going forward, and I feel like your ancestors are really encouraging you to go forward by yourself. And for some of you guys, y'all have been really focusing on the past. And I'm saying this because, okay, first off, we have the Hanged Man in the reversal. You've definitely been stuck in a situation for too long. It's like you already know intuitively, like you have the mental clarity, like you know. Instinctively, you know that you need to move on from this situation, but for some reason, you're just still sticking around. Um, they're really wanting you to get out of this loop. And then another clarifier we have is the Six of Cups in the reversal. This is in regards to the past. And if this is another message I'm getting for some of you, is this is also I'm getting karma, ancestral karma. Um, okay. Okay. So for some of you, this is an ancestral karma coming through. Um, there are certain toxic behaviors that need to be cut because something about our ancestral DNA, we are actually our ancestors' embodiment because their blood is running through our veins. It's a continuum. And so if certain traumas haven't been healed, they can keep repeating like over and over again. And your ancestors want you to sever those cords, those karmic cords that have been passed down on and on. It's like, this is just an example. Your grandfather was an alcoholic, and then your father was an alcoholic, and then now you have that same temptation. This is a time to sever the cords to that uh, mindset and to move forward. That's just a specific message for some of y'all. For others, you've been stuck in the past, and your ancestors want you to let it go and go forward with what's meant for you. Next, we have the World card. So right now you're in the present moment. The past is over with. You're in this in between right now. And you've gone through a cycle. And over here we have the Seven of Swords. There's a reluctancy to be honest, whether it's and with this memory lane energy that I'm getting, you're definitely stuck in a loop. We have the devil here. Um, this really feels mental. You need to admit the truth to yourself, to sever cords, sever ties, because it's like it's like your pride is keeping you from stepping into a new direction, is really what it feels like. You're deceiving yourself. I also get the energy of being on the outside looking in. Okay. Also, another thing that I'm getting is that you're thinking too much. You've been in your head too much, is what your ancestors are trying to They're like, hey, get out of here. Hey, quit thinking about this stuff. It's like you keep going back and forth in your head about the past or what didn't work out. That's another message. You're thinking about things that didn't work out, and it's to your detriment. Okay. But with this devil card as the anchor, the devil, it can either represent addictions, obsessive behaviors, feeling bound to something that's not in alignment with you, something that's not actually in alignment with your true essence, with your inner core truth. There's a need to reevaluate your values, is what your ancestors are trying to bring to light, because you're being dishonest with yourself. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifiers with the oracle cards real quick. Let's see, which ones do I want to choose first? I think I'll go with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Okay. Group 1's the Ancestral Spirit. What else do they need to know? What's going on in their situation? Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, shoot. I done dropped it. Okay. Extremes. Okay. This card speaks about whenever situations get intense, coping with them in kind of toxic ways. And plus, you have the Devil card over here. There are definitely toxic ways of coping with situations. And this card is saying to slow down and to really get grounded in yourself. We'll go ahead and get some more cards just to see the context. What else? Okay, another message I'm getting is that, okay, yeah. So your bloodline, you actually come from, whether you realize it or not, like way back in your bloodline, there is a type of royalty, and I'm not just talking about like, it could be royals, it could be like shamans type of thing. You come from a line of very intuitive people. It's just that sometimes you get sensitized into this reality and maybe put the physical before the spiritual. The next card we have is the path. This is the path less traveled, and this is what I was talking about in the beginning. You're meant to go on a path by yourself. This card really reminds me of like the yogi or the shaman type of energy. Your ancestors don't want you to get so caught up in this physical plane, as in don't distract yourself uh, with things like clubbing or uh, buying a new car, like things like that, really superficial 3D matrix type of stuff. Like they don't want, like that's not really meant for you. And it's like there's this inner insecurity where it's like you feel like, oh, if I buy this or if I buy that, like it'll fill the void and you'll feel good for that second, but then the void, it gets more and more hungry. And they're trying to tell you right now to find what actually gives you true peace. Because you won't find peace in the material, is the message for you guys. What else do you have for group 1? Shit. They went, wow. Okay. You got 3 cards. Got sovereignty. Then we got self-reflection. And let's see. And surrender. I get this, like the word I'm hearing is to purge. Let's start off with the sovereignty card here. The word sovereignty means to have rulership of oneself. You have sovereignty over your own life. Nobody else can rule you. Nobody else can make you do anything. This is saying that you've been giving your power away to either things or people, or even substances, it could be, um, and that you need to stop giving your power away to these things. Self-reflection. Like I was saying with the world card, you're like the past is behind you, the future is yet to be seen, but right now you're in this kind of void, like in this very moment, and your ancestors want you to self-reflect. Another thing I'm picking up with this card, you see how they look the same? It's like the same girl and they're holding hands. It's like passing the baton almost. Like you have certain gifts that you haven't tapped into yet that come from your ancestors. And there might be an ancestor that you look exactly like and you resemble in the way, not only how you look, but your mannerisms and stuff. You need to learn uh, with the self-reflection card how to tap in and get grounded in yourself and reflect on things that need to be purged from your life, things that aren't serving you anymore. Also reflect on your story and where you come from and really think about where it is you actually want to go instead of reminiscing so hard on the past. Okay. And then the last card we got is surrender. So they want you to surrender the situation completely. And like I was even saying with the yogi, look at this guy. Like he looks like, well, I think it's a girl actually. I can't tell, but it kind of reminds me of like a Buddhist, like the coloration. I feel like what I'm sensing here is that you might be pretty young, or you have almost get Sagittarian type of energy, because Sagittarius, when they're young, they're really impulsive, but as they get older, like they've always been wise. It's just, that's the last fire sign, but when they're young, they're real impulsive. As they get older, they start to calm down and they're like the shaman type of energy. It's that kind of energy. But on the bottom of the deck, we actually have beginnings. So once you surrender the past, let it lie, step into your sovereignty, really reflect on where you want to go and surrender, it'll open up a new beginning for you. And I have this feeling like this is all very new to you, is what I'm sensing. See what else I'm picking up here real quick. Yeah, there's this big energy of needing to purge something that's just you've been stagnant for too long, and your ancestors want you to see your worth and to stop giving your power away to things that don't align with your core truth. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and get some messages from the Halloween Oracle real quick. See what else your ham sisters your ancestors have for you. Purple's ancestors, what else do you have for them? What else do they need to know about their situation? Okay, so we have the werewolf card. This card talks about exploring uh, the more wild side, because also with this werewolf card, there's this balance between civilized and wild. Okay, let's just go ahead and see what the context is real quick. Okay, group one's ancestors, what else do you have for them? Okay, we have the vampire, emotional intelligence. Okay. And the School of Stars, infinite possibilities. Okay. And then on the bottom, we have the Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. So y'all have definitely been through a lot. Something is completely like shaken and just ended. There's some sort of shedding, and there are aspects of yourself that are longing to be tapped into. And your ancestors are wanting y'all to be aware of this. And you might have a lot of these anger emotions, and they want you to tap into it but to channel it into something that's going to blossom and to create. Because with anger, you can either be self-destructive and use substances and go into these extremes, or you could be the alchemist. And what you do is you take that anger and you can channel it either through exercising, or you can channel it through music, art, anything. Like anything that's letting it out in a healthy way. And that's a big message for you guys. Uh, and with this vampire card, emotional intelligence, like I was just talking about, with not giving your power away to things and circumstances and people that don't deserve your energy. Because this is like energy vampires. I feel like the situation or people from the past, whether they're still like coming back around, they're taking away from your energy and what you could have in the future. It's taking you away from your future. And your ancestors want you to be aware of this. They want you to have more. They want you to have better for yourself with this goal of stars, infinite possibilities. If you keep reminiscing or visiting people and situations from your past, you're just going to repeat those cycles and you're not going to become who you're meant to be. And on the bottom of the deck with the skull of flowers, creating through the ashes, that's that phoenix energy. Because here we have the death card. After death is rebirth, and rebirth is the phoenix. You're meant, and I'll tell you what, when you go through the phoenix process, you're being purged through the fire and you're being refined through the fire. Don't let the fire overtake you. Don't let the fire destroy you. Let it destroy the toxic side of you. Let it destroy that, who you used to be. It's time to shed skin. This is a very powerful reading because especially with this world card, there's this deceptive energy. You can either go forward on your path in your future with this deceptive energy, or you could go forward and get in touch with your roots of who you actually are and stop entertaining people that are a lower version of you, everyone has good and bad qualities, but your ancestors are like, hey, this situation, these people, they're really not for you. Okay? But this is some powerful energy. Y'all have the opportunity to be the alchemist, to close the door to that chapter, and to completely reinvent yourself, is the message here. I'm already going over the time. All right, ancestors for group 1, what else do you have? Oh, shoot. Hello. This card flipped in the reversal. I'm going to take it as it is. I get this feeling like you're merging your energy with things that don't, like, it's, how do I explain it? It's like, because right here we have sanctuary. This is talking about, and this is that alone energy I was talking about as well. Creating a safe space for yourself where you can heal. And then we have union in the reversal. You're merging with energies that are toxic to you, whether it's people, places, or things. Okay. What else? No, not that one. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. This card just flipped in the reversal, the strength card. If you're feeling weak to these temptations that you're going through right now, and that's what it feels like. Your ancestors acknowledge that you're feeling weak. Y'all are going to freak out when I show y'all this. The bottom of the deck, we have the ancestors card. You see this imagery? It's like behind is like these ghostly like picture figures, and then this little girl right here. Your ancestors are saying they're right here, and they're a reflection of who you truly are. Whenever you're feeling alone and like you don't fit in with people, and so you try to fake it kind of thing, like they've been there with you, and they want you to know that you're not different from anybody because you're literally a reflection of them. And they acknowledge that you might feel this, it's almost like a temptation, but they want you to be strong right now. They don't want you to put your energies. It's like this union card. It's in the reversal because in the upright, it's like having a union with, the infinite and with, it's a beautiful card. But it being in the reversal like this, the way it flipped out, this is like a big red flag. Like y'all have been ignoring the red flags with these people and situations. Okay. It's like a cheetah and a donkey. This is the metaphor that I'm getting right now. It's like a cheetah and a donkey or a zebra trying to come together and mate. It's like it doesn't fit properly. And it'll create some sort of like abomination. Like that's the type of energy. Like you're merging your energies with something that's like super toxic. I know I keep saying that. It's just reiterating. But your ancestors want you to know that they'll be right there with you. If you need strength, pray. Pray to your ancestors. I mean, they hear you. They're right there with you. They're literally in your blood. Like we are the embodiment of them. But they're right there with you. And you're not alone in this situation. I mean, look at that. Okay. All right. Now, any other messages? I think that's all the messages. Let's go ahead and get some affirmations. If you want to get a piece of paper and a pen. Okay. Group 1's ancestors, what messages do you have for group 1? Okay. Okay, this card says, the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. They want you to unshackle yourself. You want to take a screenshot of that real quick? The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, whenever you start focusing on your faith to change, your faith to believe in true possibility for yourself, that you don't have to uh, undermine your own values for a situation or a person. Whenever you start to have faith and possibility for yourself, the more fearless and free you will become. They want you to unshackle yourself from this prison that you've created. Okay? And also the message with the hummingbird. The hummingbird, it's small, but it's one of the quickest birds. Like it can maneuver front, back, side to side. Like it's time to be flexible, to roll with the punches, to roll with the changes, and don't let the obstacles make you reverberate back to toxic ways of being. Okay. Okay. The back of this says, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So that's the last message for you guys. Okay. Well, that's all I got for you guys. Y'all literally went way over the time. It's a big message. I guess this is going to be a pretty long video upload. But well, I really hope that this gave y'all some insight on your situation. I really do. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to contact me. We have your candle here if you set your intention, and I'm going to let it keep burning for as long as it goes. But if you liked this, if it resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'm going to move on to group 2. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you chose this amethyst, this is going to be your reading. I'll tell you what, the first reading I did, whew, group 1, that was intense. Whew, like, oh, goodness gracious. I had to go walk outside for a second. Anyways, let me get some coffee real quick. Okay, so first we're going to start off with the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. And then we're going to pull some oracle cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Then we're going to get some of the Halloween Oracle here. And then And then we're going to get some of the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I thought this would be appropriate, being that this is a vintage deck style. And then last but not least, at the end, if you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, we are going to have some affirmations from Spirit to focus on. And we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. Group 2's ancestors. What messages do you have for Group 2? Okay. What messages do you have for Group 2? Woo, hello. Okay. Okay, the first message I'm already getting, channeling through is this feeling of imposter syndrome. It feels like maybe you've been feeling imposter syndrome and feeling kind of stuck in a rut. It's like projecting this, like who you are, or trying to have the courage to come out and just to stand in your, I'm hearing the word glory, just this imposter syndrome feeling. Okay. And automatically the encouragement, you know, I'm gonna hold on real quick. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself. I just wait. Let me get the rest of the cards. Okay. Group 2's ancestors. Woo, hello. Woo, okay. Wow. Okay. So the first card that we got is the Nine of Cups in the upright. So this card talks about emotional satisfaction, really proud of like how far you've come, just being really grateful for your energy, right? But underneath it, to clarify, we got the Seven of Swords in the reversal and the Eight of Wands in the reversal. Because it's like this energy of like standing in your power, and your ancestors want you to don't listen to the lies in your head that make you stop. They're really proud of how far you've come. They're acknowledging it. Like if nobody else has said, hey, like you're doing amazing, like I'm really proud of you, your ancestors are literally saying that right now. They're like, don't let the lies in your head or what people tell you deceive you. The next card we have is the Six of Pentacles. And clarified by that, we have, it's the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like you've been putting in like a lot of work, and there's two messages here. You're being blessed for all the efforts that you've put your energy towards. And it's like, although you're not exactly where you want to be with this Seven of Pentacles right here, it's like you're still tending to your garden, you're still working on yourself. This is really good energy I'm feeling. Your ancestors want you to know, like, you are the Queen of Pentacles. Like, you're a master manifester. The next card that we have is the Seven of Wands in the upright. And then clarifying that is the Devil in the reversal. So it's like you've literally had to defend your own honor against this devilish energy. It's like you really, the song that I'm getting in my head right now is started from the bottom, now we're here. You know, it's that kind of energy. Like your ancestors are wanting to say, like they're congratulating you. Like that's what it feels like. You might have even been breaking some generational curses is really like the big message here. Like they're literally applauding you big time. With this Justice card in the reversal, what I'm really feeling for this is like you've literally broken some karmic cycles of injustice on your bloodline, and they're really freaking proud of you. Like you might have even come from an upbringing where everybody was freaking toxic, is what it feels like, and it feels like it's like swimming your way out of the mucky, nasty waters and going to more clear waters is really what it feels like. But they're really wanting to congratulate you and like good freaking job. Just don't listen to the lies. Um, and also, y'all are very intuitive. I get the sense of like you call bullshit before it even plays out. Like you can look at someone and kind of automatically like know exactly what it is that like if they're even worth your energy with this, especially with the Six of Pentacles. Like I have this sense that you know what's worth putting your energy to. It's just sometimes you get this kind of imposter syndrome where you actually it's like you're putting all this effort, you've overcome so much, you know, you do have confidence, but sometimes you look in the mirror and you're like, who the hell am I fooling? Like, am I really this person? Like it's almost like this disbelief of how amazing you are. And your ancestors want to say, hey, no, you are amazing. Like you're awesome. Like you don't understand how beautiful you are. Like you've overcome so much and you've worked so hard, like blood, sweat, and tears type of energy, and you've literally fought the devil off in your life. Literally. Like you've fought off toxic behaviors, toxic family, generational patterns, whether it's like drug abuse or divorce type of energy, or not wanting to repeat the sins of the fathers. Is like you're a warrior, dude. Like, oh my God, you are a warrior. And I have this also I have this feeling of like you've really had to do this shit by yourself. Like look at this imagery. Like she's tended to her garden, and she's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to go through it. And if you still feel like you're going through it, you have made progress, is what they're trying to say. Like they're saying, hey, even if it looks like it's shitty right now, like you're doing way better than you were before. Like for real. Like even though you feel like this butt naked and pregnant kind of energy, kind of like it's like these growing pains. That's what it is. It's growing pains. That's why you're having that imposter syndrome, because it's like you see the goal in front of you and what you want to achieve, but it's like you feel like you're not really there yet because of maybe you still got to pick the weeds over here kind of thing. But they're saying like it's not about the destination, it's about the process and where you're at right now. And they really want you to reflect on how far you've come. That's what your ancestors want you to acknowledge right now. Um, but y'all definitely are warriors. But let's go ahead and get some oracle cards. We're going to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle real quick. Group two's ancestors. What messages do you have for them? What do you want to say to them? What messages do you have for group two? So let's go out. Nourishment. Okay, let's go ahead and get the context though. But with this nourishment card, it's talking about taking care of yourself. Maybe another message for you guys is that you're putting in a lot of work towards whatever it is that you're doing, and they don't want you to have such a burnout, and they want you to take care of yourself with this nourishment card. Whether it's eating better, changing your diet kind of thing, or if you've been overly strict, like to mix it up, maybe indulge a little bit, like finding a balance between work and play. Okay, what else do you have for group two? This is really beautiful energy. Your ancestors, like I just feel love, like they're just wanting to send love to you right now. I feel like y'all have gone through a lot of struggles, but they're really proud of you because you were the one person who could actually do it. Like I get this energy of even like, for example, somebody going to school and being the only kid out of the whole family who went to college kind of thing. It's that type of energy, like breaking those cycles and becoming better. It's really what it feels like. Okay, what else do you have for group two? Okay, the dark moon, the void. Okay, so like I was saying, like with this card, this represents like right before the new moon. We go through this void energy, right? Right before the new beginning. So you've been putting a lot of work towards stuff or whatever, but it's saying like there are things that you can like this is a time of rest and reflection. Like they really want you to reflect on how far you've come and to give anything like any type of negative energies out to the void. Like if you're harboring resentment towards others from your past kind of thing, to go ahead and forgive them. That way, whenever this new chapter opens up for you, you're not carrying that old baggage. Is the energy. What else do you have? But it's almost like weathering the storm. I'm looking in this card right now, the void. You see it's all dark, and then this lady, she's laying on the ground and she's resting or recuperating. It's like weathering the darkness and not view it. It's a beautiful energy. This is like the darkness before the dawn kind of energy. What else do you have for group 2? Ancestors. Okay. Patience. Okay. So this patience card comes right on top of the 7 of Pentacles right here. The card that I was saying is where you're like working and putting efforts, and it's like you haven't, you don't feel like you're there yet, but your ancestors are saying like, hey, there's about to be a breakthrough soon, and just be patient. Just be patient. Don't give up just yet, okay? Okay. One more card. What else do you have for group 2? Yeah, they're wanting to say congratulations. Like if they could, like they just want to give you a big hug right now. That's what it feels like. And they would probably kiss you on the forehead and be like, "Well done. Like you're doing so good. Don't give up." Okay. Ancestors, group 2. What messages do you have? Okay. We have the card of surrender. Like I was saying, like surrendering outcomes, surrendering the situation. If you got some shady ass people coming your way trying to throw you negative energy, because with this devil card underneath the 7 of Wands, it's like you've been defending your ground and stuff. They're saying to surrender the situation to God, Spirit, and let God fight your battles for you is the energy. Because I feel like what the feeling that I'm getting is that like you've always had to fend for yourself kind of thing. And your ancestors want you to surrender and to let God fight your battles. Start praying more and asking for assistance and help. Kind of lay your burden down. Like not giving up, but lay your burden down as in uh, take care of yourself. Because I'm getting drawn back to this nourishment card. It's like all work and no play makes you a dull boy or girl kind of thing. But just be patient because whether you realize it or not, this is your energy. Even if you don't feel like it, like with that imposter syndrome, you are the Queen of Pentacles. They just want you to reflect on where you came from and just see the contrast of like how completely different things are. Okay. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck we have fear. If you see this imagery, it's like inside there's this like scared person, and then on the outside, like she looks like she's fighting off stuff. This kind of reminds me of that imposter syndrome. It's like on the outside, like you're a warrior is the energy, but on the inside, it's like you feel you feel like the opposite of what you're projecting outward. So I feel like y'all are juggling a lot of things, and y'all feel like y'all might not have the strength to keep going forward. But your ancestors are encouraging you to not come from a place of fear and lack, but to lay your burden down, give it to God, and have faith is the energy that I'm getting here. Also, the song coming up, looking at this card, is This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I feel like maybe for some of y'all, listening to worship music, something that's going to be positive kind of thing, that might help your spirits. Listen to music that makes you feel good. Don't gotta be worship music. It could be anything. Anything that makes you feel good. That was just a song that came to my mind when I was looking at that card. But let's go ahead. Let's see which ones I'm gonna go get next. Let's get the Halloween Oracle real quick. Group two's ancestors. What messages do you have for them? Okay. So we got the Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. Okay, what else do y'all have for group two ancestors? What other messages do you have? Ooh, goodness gracious. What other messages do you have for group two ancestors? Ooh. The Cauldron, synergy, and healing. Okay, so here's what's going on with you guys. Y'all are under a lot of pressure, and your ancestors are saying that you're being turned from a coal to diamond. Like a piece of coal has to go under pressure in order to turn into a diamond. And that not to view the pressure as something that's going to break you, view it as something that's going to make you. Okay. And with this Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities, it's like the more you're pushing through and overcoming, it's like the world is your oyster. Okay. What else, ancestors, do you have for group two? Group two's ancestral spirit. Okay. We got the werewolf exploring wildness. So I feel like with a lot of y'all, this has been a repeating message. Y'all been feeling like y'all been putting a lot of work and energy. Like it feels like work is really what, or it could be like self-healing and stuff like that, but it really feels like school or work or something like that. Or maybe even a relationship. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But it's like you need to step into this energy of, because with the werewolf card, this is talking about the wild nature that we suppress. Okay, let's go ahead and see the context though. What is the context of this werewolf energy? Why is the werewolf here? Oh, no, I got two cards. We got the veil, the future, and then eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. Okay. What other message? What is the message here, Spirit? I get this energy of breaking. It's like, this is another message for you guys. If you're feeling this, okay, this is another message. If you're feeling like an imposter, and address the reason why. Why do you feel like an imposter? I feel like for some of y'all are putting up a facade. Okay, y'all are working really hard, but there's a facade. This is for a select few of y'all. And there's this breaking energy. Take it as it resonates, okay? So this is a specific message for somebody. The facade can't go on anymore, and it's like when the full moon is out, the man turns into this werewolf. This is kind of a warning kind of thing. And they want you to express that wild nature in a healthy way, whether it's through dancing, through singing, through art, through music. Like it could be anything. Exercise. And then we have the veil of the future. Okay, so the overall message with that is saying that all of this breaking energy, like where it feels like you're becoming, that's what the energy is. It's you're becoming. And you have these insights and flashes and ideas, and you see like where it is you actually want to be. Your ancestors want you to know that that is you taking making glimpses into the future of what will be. There's a need to surrender your fear. We have the surrender card and we have the fear card over here. Surrender your fear of feeling like you can't live up to your dreams is the message here. Okay? And with this card over here, eternal love. This is really making me think of your ancestors. And also, if you have a loved one who is really close to you who passed away, this is them coming through in this reading. And they're saying that love is timeless and that they still love you. That's a message for somebody out there. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Vampire Emotional Intelligence. Okay. So this card talks about uh, dealing with either energy vampires, because we did have this devil in the reverse energy with the Seven of Wands. There are some people who are draining your energy, and your ancestors are kind of giving you a red flag, like, hey, this person's not to be trusted. You know, I'll get that message again from the beginning. You need to surrender that situation to God. Don't take revenge into your own hands. Let it work out the way it's meant to with karma. You just keep focusing and watering your seed, and keep focusing, keep working, keep bettering yourself, because they're congratulating you. Okay? See anything else I'm seeing real quick? I'll tell you one thing. Y'all are some strong motherfuckers. Like, that's the energy I feel. I feel like y'all are really strong people. Y'all been through a lot, but they're really wanting to congratulate you and know that you're not an imposter. You really are this strong. But they do want you to take care of yourself, you know. Maybe even spoil yourself sometimes. Don't be so uptight, is another message coming through. Okay, we're going to get some messages from the Vintage Oracle. Just let that fall on the floor. Okay, Group 2's ancestors. What else do you have for them? What other messages do you have for Group 2? Okay. First card we have is Gentleness. So like I was saying, taking care of yourself, be gentle with yourself, because I feel like y'all have been working a lot. Then we have Intuition. Your ancestors want you to listen to yourself more, and if you have red flags about people or situations, you need to listen to it and to not ignore it. Know that you are an intuitive, especially with this veil card. It talks about the veil between here and the other world being very thin. Y'all are intuitives, is what it feels like. You need to listen to your intuitive hunches you have about people and situations. What else do you have to tell Group 2 ancestors? Group 2's ancestors. Okay, dreams. Okay, let's get one more card. What else? Oh, hello. Just this one. Really? Okay. Okay. Okay, so the next card we got is dreams, right? So with this dreams card, and right next to it, ancestors. Your ancestors might be trying to communicate to you through your dreams. So advice for you guys, get a dream journal, like get a journal and write down your dreams when you wake up, so that way you can remember the symbology. And a way to really read what your dreams mean, uh, think about how you felt when you were going through whatever was happening in your dreams. And that will usually be the indicator of what it means in the waking life. And also, of course, you can Google meanings of dreams and stuff too. But really listen to how you felt in the dream. And it'll give you clues about your current situation right now. But they're communicating to you through your dreams. And they're also wanting you to know that they're right behind you, and that you're a direct reflection of them, and that you get that strength from them, like it's in your blood. You come from a line of very strong people. Some of your ancestors may have been warriors, is what I'm feeling. That's the reason why you feel like a warrior yourself, even though you don't put armor on to go to battle technically, but like you have a warrior spirit, and it's because you come from a line of warriors. That's the message for you guys. And on the bottom of the deck, we have balance. So your ancestors, yes, they want to acknowledge that you have been putting in a lot of work and stuff. And it feels like you might have come from a situation growing up where it was like you were either fight or flight, and they want you to know that you don't have to keep fighting, and it's time to take care of yourself and self-nurture, and that's how you need to find balance, is what they want you to know. It's like just it's like this fear of stopping working. It's like, oh, if I have to keep busy, I have to keep doing and doing, otherwise nothing will get done. And they want you to know that that is living in a very fear-based place. I feel like y'all might fear instability and fear that, if you don't get things taken care of right now, they'll never get taken care of and you'll go without. And they want you to bring your energy back to yourself and to self-nurture, whether that's getting your nails done, go make yourself a hot bubble bath. Like, take time for yourself is the big message. Y'all need to rest and recuperate and take care of yourselves, is what they want you to know. But the overall message as well is that they really want to congratulate you on how strong you are, and they're really proud of you. Okay? Now let's go ahead and get some affirmations from your ancestors. If you want to get a piece of paper and a pen. Okay, group two's ancestors, what affirmation would you like to leave with them? That was really fast. Okay, this one says, attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Okay, if you want to screenshot that real quick. So attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So, like I was saying, with that energy of feeling like you have to do, and it's like you're living in this kind of fear-based place. It's like they want you to ask for help. Like, ask God, Spirit, for help. If you need help, know that you're not alone. That you don't have to keep doing everything by yourself. And to believe in miracles, because if you surrender to possibility, like help will just come out of nowhere. Like, I have so many miracles growing up, like you can't tell me God ain't real, okay? But anyways, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Okay. It says, my fearless freedom lights up the world. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Okay. So it's time to start being fearless. Okay. Once you tap into being fearless and believing that, it's like seeing the sun on the horizon and like relaxing your shoulders and knowing that everything's going to be okay. Okay. That you'll always be supported, you'll always be protected, and you'll never go for nothing, like you'll always be provided for. I'll tell you what, I've always been provided for, even if it was from, like barely making it. You're always provided for. That's the big message. And congratulations on being a really strong ass bitch, okay? I'm sorry, y'all are tough. I feel it. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I really hope that it gave you some insight. I hope that it found you blessed. I thank your ancestors. I thank my spirit team and my ancestors for this. And if you liked this, please like, share, and subscribe. If you set the intention, we'll have the candle continually burning until it goes out. And we have faith that it'll go up and the prayers will be answered. All right. Well, y'all have a blessed day, blessed night. And I'm moving on to group 3. Ta-ta. Hello, group 3. If you chose the crystal quartz cluster, this is going to be your reading. While I was shuffling the cards, the song Take It Easy by the Eagles popped in my head. Take it easy. You know what I'm talking about? Don't let the sound of your own wheels make you crazy. Yeah, that song was going in my head. So that's a message for you guys. But we're going to go ahead and get started. First, we're going to pull from the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. And then we're going to get some oracle cards from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Then we'll pull some from the Halloween Oracle here. And I thought it was appropriate to go ahead and use the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, since it is vintage and ancestors are from, like, long ago and whatnot. And then last but not least, at the end, if you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, we're going to get some affirmation cards for you guys from your ancestors to see what they want y'all to focus on. Okay, we'll get a sip of my coffee real quick. Oh, cold coffee. Gotta love it. Okay. Move that over there. Alright, group three's ancestors. What is it y'all want to tell group three? Group three's ancestors. Group three's ancestors. What messages do you have for group three? What messages do you have for group three? What else? What other messages? Okay. What other messages do you have for group three ancestors? Woo! Hello. Okay, let me go ahead and tune into these energies real quick. Group three's ancestors. What else? What do you have for them today? Okay, so a message is there's some sort of a need to move on from a past love situation. I'm saying that because we do have the Lovers right here. This is a message for somebody. It's in the upright, but clarified by that is the Six of Cups. This is like people, situations from the past, from our childhood, or because it is underneath the Lovers card, it definitely feels like a love partnership. It feels like maybe somebody you've known since you were a child, and then you've grown up, and it's y'all know each other on a very intimate level, like because y'all knew each other when you were innocent, but it's like this energy of feeling bound, stuck. We have the Eight of Swords right here in the upright, feeling mentally entrapped, not having, like, feeling like you don't have a way out. It's like this fear of moving on from something. Clarifying the Eight of Swords, we do have the Queen of Swords. It's like you know the truth about a situation, and this could be about just making a decision in general. It doesn't have to be a love partnership, although it could be. There's two messages here. Either you're in a love partnership with somebody that you've been with for a very long time, they have all these sweet memories with, but feeling stuck and knowing the truth of the matter. This is a really oof. For some of y'all feel like y'all need to move on from this person, but there's a reluctancy because there's so many memories. Another message, if it's not about a relationship, this is about a decision. And for some of y'all, you've lost a part of your innocence, is what it feels like. And y'all feel like y'all are not able to make a choice to move on, to move forward. But with this Queen of Swords energy, it feels like your ancestors are coming out as this energy. They want to help cut you loose from feeling stuck and stagnant. We do have the Four of Pentacles right here, clarified by the Four of Cups in the reversal. Here's the Four of Cups in the reversal. It feels like y'all have been holding back a lot. Maybe holding back how you feel. The word that's coming into my mind is disdain. Like, I'm not even sure what that word means. I'll have to Google it. Disdain. Huh. It's like from the situation, we have the Three of Wands. So, like, that's like waiting for your ships to come in. But it's like feeling like possibility is over. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reversal, feeling left out in the cold somehow. Like this feeling of like wasted energy, wasted time. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Emperor in the upright. And it was something that was shown to me was also the Queen of the, not the Queen, but the it's the Princess of Wands. So it's like, I guess, the Page of Wands in the reversal. Feels like a fire's gone out kind of thing. It's almost like reviewing your empire and it feels like you might think that this is all that life has to offer because you this inability to it's like there needs to be a reignition of fire. It's like there's this lack of lustrous like energy. It's just very it feels dry. It's the energy of loving something or someone or like you love them, but it's like the passions die. This feels very specific, okay? This is a message for someone. It's saying that some sort of passion has died is what it feels like. Holding back how you really feel. I want to go ahead and get some oracle cards real quick. I'm gonna pull from the Queen of the Moon oracle. What else is going on in this situation, ancestors? Some of y'all are stuck in the past too. That's another message. It's like instead of taking the time to heal from the situation, okay. We got the Power card. Some of y'all have been feeling powerless in this situation. What else is going on in this reading? Ancestors, what messages do you have for them? Okay. A message for some of y'all, it feels like, is to not give up on the connection. Another message coming through. It feels like tradition has been really pushed. Like you might have come from a very traditional background, like maybe from a family of people who just don't divorce and stuff, is what it feels like. And maybe that's something that you take pride in is not being that type of person. It just feels like a love reading. It really does. But what your ancestors like, that is a good virtue to hold on to. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Don't feel like you're obligated. Like, don't view relationships with people as just obligations, like having to be loyal to a default. And I'm getting this energy of like trapping a flower in, or picking a flower because it's pretty. That's a message for some. Okay, some of you are hoarding. Y'all are hoarding. I'm sorry, I can't talk. Hoarding a lover or something like that. That's what it feels like. You're hoarding them. It's like if I can't have them, no one will. Like there's this energy of possession. Your ancestors want you to relinquish control. It's like if you love someone, let them go. If they come back, it was always meant to be. And if they don't come back, it was never meant to be. I just butchered that, but that's the energy that I'm feeling. It's very specific. There's this fear that uh, you'll be abandoned in some way, that your love will run away, or your friendship, or it's this very like this need to hold on tightly to relationships, whether it's romantic or friendships. And it could be something stemming from your childhood in regards to uh, being abandoned, might have abandonment issues or something like that. But let's start off with this first oracle card. We have Power. This card speaks about acknowledging that you are powerful and capable, to stand firm, to not give your power away to people. Because otherwise, whenever you're trying to hoard onto relationships, it's actually it's pretty toxic. Like it's a codependency. Your ancestors are highlighting this codependent nature you might have in regards to your relationships because of fear of abandonment. Okay, then we have the balance card. Like I was just saying, like you need to get back into balance with yourself, to love yourself first. Okay, and then we have the card of faith. So this is really saying like you might be dealing with the situation where it's almost like you cling so tightly to somebody or something that they run off, and your ancestors want you to have faith that everything's going to work out for the best. And then the card we have next is darkness. So this card talks about doing shadow work. They want you to do some self-reflecting because it feels like you've been avoiding self-reflecting, and there's this energy of hoarding and kind of it's like it's really codependent is what it really feels like. Um, there's a need to do shadow work. And what shadow work is to acknowledge those traits about ourselves. It stems from our childhood. This would be kind of like the childhood card right here. It stems from childhood. Whether it's abandonment issues, being told that you're not good enough, or feeling like you're not good enough. It's the suppression. Um, so whenever, like codependency, for example, that's a shadow aspect of the self. Codependency comes from not getting the proper care that you needed as a child. And so you start to try to recreate um, the same situations and these relationships that you get into as an adult. And so you put this expectation on your partner or on your friend that it's like, oh, I do all these things for you unconditionally now, and I expect that in return, and it's about where you're coming from. You're coming from a place of lack. And your ancestors are highlighting this for you right now. And that whenever you feel like you're lost and alone, it's like Spirit's actually giving you an opportunity to look at yourself and to address these issues. And it's about, because we also have the wisdom card right here. And you see she's on this boat, and on the boat there's these books and a ladder. It's like everything that she's learned about herself and these self-reflections, and she's reaching for the stars up here. It's about growth, knowledge of thyself. Like, why do we react this way in situations and relationships? Okay. See, anything else I'm picking up real quick? I don't know why I'm just hearing that song. What was it? What was it called? Uh, Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. You know what I'm talking about? It's comment down below if you pick this pop. I can't remember what the song is called. I think she'll know. It's about Alice in Wonderland and mushrooms. That's all I remember. Anyways, but I digress. Okay, Group 3's ancestors, what else do you have for them? Okay, another message is that it's like what you have is sacred. If you're in a relationship, what you have is sacred, but don't hold on to it so tightly. It's time to unclench your fist, okay, and to have faith that whatever will be for the best for you and for the other person. Okay. Okay. Group 3's ancestors, what else do you have to tell them? What's going on in their situation? Okay, here's your ancestors right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, your ancestors are here, and they're wanting you to know that a lot of these karmic cycles, they're not only soul karmic cycles, but it's also blood related. And like I said, you might come from uh, a background of people who didn't break up, didn't divorce. And so if you're going through that type of situation, it's to not be so hard on yourself about the situation, but the love and legacy of our DNA. You know, these these things happen for a reason. If you're going through a breakup or a divorce, I'm sorry. Um, just know that something better is for you, is on the horizon. To not give up. And it might feel like you're left out in the cold right now, but your guardian angels and your ancestors and God, they're all there. They're all with you, and to have faith. Okay, let's just go ahead and see the context also, what's going on. Group three's ancestors. What else? What else do you want to tell them? Okay, two more. Ooh. What else do you have for group three? Ancestors, group three. Okay, so the next card we have is Midnight, the most magical hour of all. Okay. The message I'm hearing with this is like in alignment with what is meant for you. Everything has its divine time and its divine season and divine reasoning for why things is reminding me of the cycles that we go through. The next card that we have is the Skeleton Strength card. And although you might be feeling very vulnerable right now, your ancestors want you to know that you have a very unnecessary fear. This is the Graveyard card of unnecessary fear. What's happened has happened. It's like almost fearing something from your past or fearing, it could be something about your past that you're fearing. That's a message for some of y'all. But otherwise, there's this need to move on from a situation and to go within and do some shadow work to evaluate. It's like this vulnerability of, when you have to sit with yourself and it's just you by yourself, and it's like, oh, fuck. And it's like you want to go reach for your phone and like distract yourself with Facebook or YouTube or something like that. And your ancestors really want you to sit with yourself right now and to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling and to not be afraid, because it's actually going to be good for you. It's going to be for your betterment. Whenever you're aware of these patterns that you have, it'll help you course correct so that way in the future you won't keep following in that same old cycle. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have Vampire, Emotional Intelligence. This goes back to what I was just talking about earlier with the, because it talks about energy vampires and this energy of clinging on too tightly to people. So knowing when to engage and when to let go. Don't hold on too tightly to people is a big message for you guys. Um, I know it's really hard to not distract yourself from these situations. If you heard that, that's my dog. He's in his kennel right now. Sorry, but did I look at the bottom of this? Oh, I haven't even pulled from this deck, did I? No, not yet. Sorry. Got distracted for a second. But yeah, this is talking about emotional intelligence. Um, if you're dealing with being a codependent, just know that it comes from your childhood. I feel like 99% of people deal with being a codependent, like feeling like you have to have something or somebody, otherwise it's like, how do you sit with yourself? But your ancestors want you to sit with yourself, is get to know yourself better. And also another message with this ancestors card, it's saying that you're actually more powerful than you even realize. You have this untapped potential, and that's another message coming in for you. There's this untapped potential inside of you that your ancestors want to reignite because those are gifts that they gave you. It's like there are untapped gifts, hidden talents that you don't even know about. And that's another reason why, if you're going in this journey and you're finding yourself by yourself, that's the reason. It's because you've been distracting yourself with things outside of yourself. Like you don't really even know who you are. You might not even know what it is that you want to do with your life, kind of thing. Like you got talents and you don't even know it. Okay? Now let's go ahead and get some more cards from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle real quick. Group three's ancestors. What other messages do you have for them? Wow, hello. Nice. Okay. Get two more. Okay. Okay, so the first card we have is Innocence. It looks really similar to the Six of Cups energy. It really feels like there's like this is going back to your childhood. Your ancestors want you to do some shadow work and to really think back in your childhood. I feel like y'all have some childhood healing that needs to be done. But with this Innocence card, it feels like some of y'all might have been sheltered growing up, is another message. And there's this feeling of this is the way it's supposed to be. And this need to control. But with this Innocence card, it's saying don't feel bad for feeling naive to a situation. Like if you were very naive to what was going on around you, they're wanting to say, it's not your fault. Like we all have things to learn on this plane. This was just something that you had to learn. And then the next card we have is Trust. And although you feel vulnerable right now, your ancestors really want you to trust the healing process, okay? Because right next to that, we have Protection. And with this card, there's a sword. And it talks about how the sword is actually made. It goes through all the different elements just to become the sword of truth. Like truth is an embodiment of pressure. And that's another message for you guys. It feels like y'all are under a pressure y'all haven't dealt with before. Kind of beating yourself up for being like, God, I can't believe I'm so stupid for not even seeing that. Or like, it's that kind of energy. Like, how could I be so naive? I thought that this is the way things were and it wasn't. But with this Protection card, your ancestors want you to know that you're safe to do the healing work and to do this on your own, and that you're actually not by yourself, that you are supported. And then we have the card of Discernment. Okay. So with this Discernment card, like I was saying, like it just feels like y'all have been feeling like you were naive in a situation. And they want you to know that it's okay. Just this is a learning curve for you to have more discernment in the future when it comes to relationships and situations. And to keep your awareness next time instead of being so focused on one thing. Like, for example, if you're so focused on like work, for example, but you have other things like in the home that's being neglected. It's that type of energy. Um, don't close yourself off to the truth of a situation is another message. If you know the truth of the situation, then yeah, don't keep a blind eye to it. My dog is crying right now. I'm sorry. If you can hear him. Tony, hush. I'll be in there in a second. The last card we have is the gentleness card. So this is, I feel this very pure energy with you guys. Like I said, you might have felt like you were sheltered growing up kind of thing, or you just feel naive. But with this gentleness card, it's saying to be gentle on yourself. You know, we all have to learn these things. And it was just, this whole situation happened to teach you to learn how to be more discerning of people and situations, okay? And let's see, anything else? Okay. Now, this is the part, if you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, we're going to get some affirmations from your ancestors. Okay, group three's ancestors. What other messages do you have for them? What else do you want to leave off with this reading? Ooh, hello. Okay, it says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Okay, so when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So have faith that everything's going to work out for your betterment, and just relinquish your control. Don't hold on so tightly to the situation, is what they want you to know, and that everything's going to work out in divine timing. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. So this is a big time of surrender for you guys. Okay? All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys. I hope that this reading found you blessed and gave you some clarity and insight to your situation. I thank your ancestors. I thank my ancestors and my spirit team. And oh, thank you, Jesus. If you set your intention, we got the candle burning over here. I'm going to let it continue to burn until it burns down. And we're just going to have faith that our prayers are answered. And y'all have a blessed day. And if you liked this, if you're not already subscribed, please like, share, subscribe. Not at good jazz, okay? Y'all have a blessed one. See y'all later. Ta-ta.